On this episode of Mad Ginger Customs, we're going to upgrade the brakes on our daily driver with some cross-drilled slotted rotors. We're going to put new sneakers on it. We're going to do some general maintenance and general debauchery. Let's go. I got my Accord, which my son drove through the mud again, up on our little Vevor lifts. Slid under pretty easy this time. I'm getting used to the weight of them, just kind of sliding them around. I'm going to break off those little casters I put under. I'm going to build something off the side of them that'll attach right through. But what are we doing? Brakes, right? I got this kit from Detroit Axle. I don't know how to open this. Cross-drilled rotors and pads. So let's get them out of here and see what these things are about. So in this kit, it has 4 cross-drilled rotors, 2 for the front, 2 for the back. Comes with pads front and back. It comes with, I don't know if this is brake grease or anti-squeal. Hold on, let me see. This is brake grease. Comes with anti-rattle clips for the caliper mount. Also comes with brake fluid and comes with 1 can of brake clean. So use sparingly. So will slotted and cross-drilled rotors be better than the factory ones? I'm not really sure, but the kit was affordable. I'll have a link to it in the description in case you guys want. It's a whole big kit. So I'm going to knock out this brake and then probably the rears, and maybe I'll change the tires too, because I got a new set of tires for this.
One eternity later.
We are back working on the daily driver. Previous to this, I think I did some brake work. I'll have to look through the footage. So it's got cross-drilled and slotted rotors on it. I've been driving it around for a few days like that. Pretty good, super grabby. Can't really beat it for the price. I'll link it in the description. That's good right there. You just want to make sure you're going to hit your pinch seams on both the front and the back. Then you find your handy-dandy remote. And up you go. Stop. Make sure you're in your pinch seams. Make sure nothing moved. Yeah, you're all right there. So basically what's going to happen is it's going to fall into the lock when you get high enough. Clunk, that's in the lock. You know, you want to make sure that what you're using is safe. Okay. And then go back down. And then we're going to set up our tire changer. A lot of guys on the tire video asked about how it's anchored in. So basically, this is all I got. Some, I think they're Redhead brand anchors. That's apropos, right? So what I normally do is, they'll stay obviously outside. So you take a safety squints. And you just blow them out. Then you put your screws in them. You know, if 3 doesn't hold it, 4 never would. So now let's lock this thing down. I had to push the car farther forward so I have room to spin around with this thing. Solid as it's gonna get. So this is a contraption we made. I know most of you have probably seen that video. It's very successful. Basically a duck head spins around, you know, just goes around the wheel. This thing's like 12 inches from here to here, so you should be able to, in theory, do a, you know, 22-inch wheel. This slides out. Cone is from Amazon. I'll put a link for everything. It's got a couple modifications here and there, but overall it's just a tire changer. And guys, we get it. Yeah, spray the beads. Everybody watched the other video. Like the first time I did one tire, everybody responded. You didn't watch the whole video. So these Goodyears are down to the wear bars. These were Goodyear Assurance, all season, 235, 45, 18. I paid $1,200 for those tires, mounted, balanced, front end alignment. We're not doing that again. Really didn't get a lot of mileage out of them. These are the cheapest thing Amazon had. Full way. 235, 45, 18. It says Sport or Star. Sport Star. Let me read that. Let me show you. Sport Star. I mean, how could they not be perfect for this? I haven't never tried an 18-inch tire. We did 17s, but you know, everyone in the last video is like, you'll never do anything, you know, anything with a small sidewall because they're harder to do. And we did Jess's car, and I think those are 50 series, and we did just fine. I mean, she ended up with brain damage from the arm coming down. I don't know if you guys remember that. Wham! Right on the back of her head. Anyway, I'll set you guys up. We'll do a time lapse. You gotta clean the surface that the tire's gonna sit on, Scotch-Brite or something, just get all the crap off of it. Some old leftover tire debris. Everybody in the old videos, yes, plenty of lube, but don't spray on the inside. Everyone was big about that. Don't get moisture in your tire. You're right. Other guys were like, why didn't you balance it with balance beads? That's a good question. I have airsoft BBs. Do we want to try that? Where's the dot on this thing? Do these go any certain direction? This one says outside. Okay, I'm glad I read that. So we're gonna go this side. It passed inspection on this side. I don't know about the other side. Does it have a dot? You gotta be kidding me. There's no balance dot on these. That's great. That's great. Not gonna fall into it this time. In the middle of the wheel. That actually fell right on. Now, let's look at this for a minute. There is no dot on these tires. You take your apparati. Make sure when you make this, you leave MIG wire sticking on the top so you cut yourself. Then you're gonna get your duck head under the rim. Everybody in the last video was like, Dave, you need a rim clamp. What are you doing? Okay, I got some of these things. I don't even know if they're gonna work, but I got them. I bought them because you guys told me to buy them. Good luck getting this thing in there. This is dumb. Oh, that works like that. Okay. Now we'll go the other way, where the camera's gonna be in the way. I mean, maybe. Let's try that. Is it easier to go that way? You have to be down in the well. Well, I mean, both ways work. That way it worked pretty good. But anyway, that's all it is, right? So we pull our apparatus off, and honestly, I would have loved to saw a balance dot on these, but that's not the case. There's no balance dot. So, I wish I saw one. So no Schrader on this, okay? Come on now. 40 pounds, watch your face. There it is. Get your Schrader. Make sure it is clean. And set your pressure. This thing doesn't work very well anymore. What do you expect for $6 from Harbor Freight, huh? 32 pounds. All right, that's it, right? Now we gotta spray her down, make sure she's not leaking, and then we're gonna balance her up with our balance. that we modified. We did a great job. We should be proud of ourselves. Next. So I did 2 tires, and I'm like, huh, there's no TPMS sensors in here. I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, when I picked up the car originally, I had to recalibrate the sensors. I remember that. And I thought that was odd. So I'm thinking, can you calibrate TPMS sensors, like, out of the car? Like, man. I'm like, did they not put TPMS sensors in? So I called my boy Troy, and he looked it up, and he says, no. He goes, that car uses the ABS rings to determine if one wheel is spinning faster. That's how they know if it's low or not. So, guys, everything's fine. Anyway, this tire number 2. I don't need to bore you with this stuff, guys. You've already seen me do one. You'll see me do them all. Do you take the stickers off, guys, or do you leave them on and let them wear off? I always try to take them off. That's a nice looking tire. I mean, it's probably won't wear very well, but it is an attractive tire. And it says sport on it. I mean, it has to be sporty. I'm sporty spice. Up next, let's balance some tires. We modified a Harbor Freight / Amazon / Princess Auto tire balancer to work way better. It's way more accurate. We cleared away some material on the top. I'll link the video, highly viewed video, because you can balance your tires yourself. And you know, these things aren't expensive, 60 bucks. And you basically, you're hogging out inside there. So if you guys want to see that video, I'll link it. It works well. Now you guys aren't going to be able to see this on camera, but the bubble favors basically this corner. So there's weight here we could take off, and there's weight here we could take off. I mean, they put weight everywhere. Maybe I'll just scrape it all off and we'll start from scratch. Let's do that. We'll start from scratch. Little fun fact I found more weight on the back and on the inside. I scraped it all off. And now the thing's completely straight with 1 ounce on it. So I think I'm going to go clean up the inside and do stick-ons, because that's where the other ones were. And then we'll try to check it again. So the last guy, one of the guys in the last video, when we did tires, was like, hey, you should use chalk. So that's what I did. I used chalk to mark where I need to go. That way I can just wipe it off. That's it. Clean this up with a scrubby and put 1 ounce and split the difference. So I'll try to balance it now and see how it does. I know you can't see the bubble because of the shadow and the sun and everything, but that's pretty much dead nuts center. Pretty happy with that. So we'll move on to the next one. So this one to balance out took basically 2 ounces. I took off a bunch of weight. There was weight everywhere on this one. If you got a V6 Accord and you got the tires off, you do the right thing. Because when you got the tire off, look at those brakes. Sexy. Yes. That's where the oil filter is. Right there. So it's best to do it while that's not in the way. You can do it, you just turn the wheel to one side. But you know, throw a filter and some acetate in it while you're here. And about to go for a drive after we get the oil changed. This VVOR thing's working out. I don't know if you guys, I don't know when this video is going to come out, but I bought this VVOR 7,000 pound lift. Now, when I say I bought it. There's no discount. I do work with VVOR on some stuff. This is not something they were willing to send me, and I bought it from actually Walmart. I didn't actually know the one I ordered was a VVOR brand until it came in. It works awesome. I'm getting used to it's heavy. You know, you got to kind of muscle it around, but it works great so far. And the more I use it, the more I like it. I feel very confident that it's safe. It has 4 locks, 2 locks on each side. It doesn't come with hydraulic oil. That kind of pissed me off, but I went and got some at O'Reilly. And other than that, she seems pretty decent. If I do have any problems with it, I'll let you guys know. New sneakers, new brakes, right? Oil change. Needs a bath. You know that. So, gotta get it off this lift. So, to get it off the locks, you gotta lift it up. All the way to the top. And you pop the lock sliders down on both sides. Make sure everything's out from underneath the car except for my rotors, because I use those to lift it up a little bit. I'm gonna get some, once I take these little casters off, I won't need those, but, and then down you go. And it just, you're basically returning fluid from the cylinder and the hoses back into the pump. That's basically all you're doing. It actually turns on that solenoid right there. That's how it works. So it opens the solenoid and down you go. It does go nice and slow, so it's controlled. It doesn't, you know, wham and drop and like make you feel like something bad's gonna happen. You kind of hold the button down, and then, you know, step on it a little bit. I would imagine after I use it a bunch of times, it'll do this on its own, but I got those casters underneath. Casters weren't a good idea, guys. I saw somebody do that with the ones that rock up like this. They rock up. I think the quick jacks do that. They work better than this. There we go. Now you gotta make sure your blocks aren't stuck. See, this one still is on the casters. I mean, it rolls decent on the casters, you know? Then you just slide it out of the way and drive your car out with your fresh new kicks. Let's take it for a ride. All right, guys, I just took that thing out for a rip. 75 plus, straight as an arrow, no vibrations. That's what we like to see. Brakes are much better. Significantly more grabby, definitely decreased stopping time. I didn't measure it or anything, but it's definitely better. So I do these videos because I hope it inspires you guys to do this stuff yourself. All right, guys, so I paid $1,200 for those other tires, mounted, balanced. I did get an alignment. The new tires on Amazon were $350.90. $350. So is it worth a couple hours of your time? I mean, granted, I have a lot of tools that you may not have, but if you collect them along the way, it's worth your time. You know, how much is your time worth? That entire brake kit, upgrading, cross-drilled and slotted rotors, new pads, came with anti-rattle clips, the whole 9 yards, $190. How much is a full brake job at a shop now? What is it, $1,200, $1,000? You know, so say $2,200 conservatively for all of it. I'm into it for under $500. Now, granted, I do have the lift, I do have the tools. You know, collect them along the way. You guys can absolutely do this. So hit like and subscribe. I'll have all the links in the description for Amazon, for all the stuff that I've used. And just remember, guys, you watch me do it, and if I can do it, you certainly can do it. Thanks for watching.